For years, the whole story around AI was all about fear, right? The fear that we are all going to be replaced. But what if that was just the opening act? Today, we're going to explore a completely different narrative. One that's not about being replaced, but about creating this incredibly powerful new kind of partnership.
Okay, so let's get right to it. The old story was simple and honestly pretty scary. AI comes in, mass job replacement follows. But the reality that's actually taking shape, what we're seeing right now, is a total 180. The conversation has completely shifted to human-AI collaboration. We're moving from a mindset of competing against the machines to actually working with them, like colleagues.
And look, this isn't just some feel-good theory. The numbers are in, and they're pretty clear. A big study from the World Economic Forum found that companies that are really leaning into these collaborative models, well, they saw a 35% jump in productivity. And even more impressive, a staggering 42% boost in innovation. So the point is, collaboration isn't just a nice alternative, it's actually the smarter strategy.
So, how do we actually make this happen? That's what this explainer is all about. We're going to break it down piece by piece. We'll start with the basics of this new AI partnership. Then we'll look at the really fascinating new hybrid roles popping up, see how whole companies are having to change, cover the skills you'll actually need, and then we'll take a peek at what's next.
All right, first up, the new AI partnership. The whole idea here is actually pretty simple, but it is profound. It's all about leveraging the complementary strengths of both humans and AI.
And here's what that really looks like. On one hand, you have AI, which is just an absolute powerhouse at crunching massive amounts of data, finding patterns we would totally miss, and doing repetitive tasks perfectly every single time. But on the other hand, we humans bring something that, for now, is irreplaceable. We get the context, we make the tough ethical calls, and we have that spark of creative problem solving. The real magic happens when you put those two things together.
Okay, so let's get tangible. How does this partnership actually change things for us? Well, it's creating totally new kinds of jobs. Some people are even calling them capability stacks that just flat out didn't exist a few years ago.
So let's take this first one, the AI Human Workflow Orchestrator. The best way to think about this person is like the conductor of a hybrid orchestra. They're not playing any one instrument, but they're the one who designs the whole collaborative performance, making sure the right task goes to the right player, whether that player is human or AI at exactly the right moment.
And this is already happening. In a hospital, for example, an orchestrator is the person who ensures that the findings from a diagnostic AI get seamlessly to a human specialist for the final call, who then works hand in hand with a robotic surgery assistant to perform a procedure. It's all about making that entire life-saving workflow as smooth and effective as possible.
Okay, next up, we've got the AI trainer and interpreter. This role is that absolutely essential bridge between the raw power of the AI and the real-world needs of a business. They're the ones who teach the AI with the right data, but maybe even more importantly, they translate what the AI spits out into plain language and insights that a CEO can actually use to make a decision.
Think about it in banking. An AI might flag a loan application as risky. The interpreter is the person who digs in and figures out why. They look at those tricky gray area cases and explain the AI's logic. This builds the transparency and trust that is absolutely critical if you want regulators and customers to buy in.
And this last one, this might be the most fascinating of all. The human AI experience designer. Their job isn't about the tasks themselves. It's about the feeling of the collaboration. They ask the big questions. How do we design these systems and our office culture so that people feel empowered by their AI colleagues, instead of feeling like they're being watched, or worse, threatened by them?
So, okay, we have these amazing new roles, but you can't just drop them into an old-fashioned company structure and expect it to work. It requires us to zoom out and really think about redesigning the entire organization to support this new way of working.
What we're seeing is a big shift away from that traditional top-down pyramid, where a human manager tells other humans what to do. The new model is something called a collaborative pod. It's more like a networked team where both humans and AI are key players, and the work flows in this fluid loop, from human to AI and back to human again.
And with new structures, you definitely need new rules of the road. To handle all this, companies are now creating things like AI ethics and collaboration boards. These are the groups that have to figure out the ground rules, make sure everything is transparent, and, decide what happens when a human expert and an AI disagree on what to do next.
Which, of course, brings us to the big question for all of us. How do we actually prepare for this future? Well, it all comes down to developing a new set of skills, or what some are calling collaborative competencies.
Now, the key thing to get here is that this isn't all about learning to code. The most valuable skills are really about partnership. First, there's AI literacy. That just means knowing what AI is good at and, just as important, what it's not good at. Second is interaction design, basically learning how to ask the right questions to get the best answers from your AI colleague. And third, cognitive flexibility, just having the mental agility to work alongside an intelligence that thinks very differently than we do.
And our whole educational system is racing to catch up. You've got universities launching brand new degrees like Human AI Systems Design. Companies are figuring out that one-off training workshops aren't going to cut it. They need continuous reskilling programs. And in this really cool twist, AI itself is becoming the teacher, acting as a personal coach or a practice partner to help us get good at these new skills.
All right, so let's look ahead a bit, because the cutting edge of this collaboration is starting to push into territory that we used to think was exclusively human.
Get ready for this one. Emotional AI. We're talking about systems that can actually sense the emotional vibe of a team, like it could detect frustration or confusion in a virtual meeting, and then offer up insights to help improve the dynamic. The goal isn't to replace our empathy, but to augment it with data. And all of this, all these different pieces, they're all leading toward one ultimate goal: collective intelligence. This is the true synergy, where the combined power of human and AI minds can start to tackle massive, complex problems. We're talking everything from curing diseases to designing sustainable cities, problems that were just too big for either of us to solve alone.
Which really leaves us with a pretty profound question to think about. As we build these incredible new partnerships, what's the real goal here? Is it to make AI more and more like us? Or is it to use this technology to free ourselves from the tedious stuff so that we can make our own work more creative, more strategic, and ultimately more human?
And that right there is probably the most powerful takeaway of all. By letting AI handle what it does best, we unlock this amazing opportunity to double down on what we do best. The real promise here isn't just a future that's more efficient, but one that is more fulfilling and, believe it or not, fundamentally more human.